Great to have you joining us this morning.
Like our content, it's funded by viewers like you. Please consider becoming a sustaining supporter of New Church Live today.
Well, wonderful again to have you joining me this morning here at New Church Live. And what we're taking a look at today is the idea of a spiritual IEP. And it comes to this idea, folks. You know, I spent many years in public education at two different school districts, Pittsburgh City Schools and the Pocono Mountain School District. And in both of those, we had something called IEPs, which students who had learning challenges, they had individual educational programs. A wonderful idea. And it's this idea that all students are unique. We all learn differently. And so our job as teachers was to find the best possible way to educate each student on an individual basis. And the question becomes, is that the way the spiritual life works too? And I would offer to you that, yes, that is exactly how the spiritual life works. I want to read from you a line here. This is from Genesis 13:3, and it's about the story of Abram. And it says in this line, and he went on his journey. Just a simple line, and he went on his journey. And it's this idea, folks, that we all have our individual journeys. And that's important to acknowledge. All right, so I'm on my journey, you're on yours. And I know for me, it's brought a lot of peace at some times that have been really hard because it's realizing, oh, and God has their journey too. Even this person has a lot of challenges I may not fully understand, that God has their journey and he's holding them and moving them and doing everything, not doing the best he can. I mean, it sounds sort of silly to say of God, but you know, that God is just holding it. The God's got it in a certain sense. And I love this line from Secrets of Heaven. Everyone that the Lord creates anew also follows such a plan, although it differs from person to person, depending on the individual's nature and bent of mind. What plan an individual is following by being reborn, though, is not known to a single soul, not even to angels, but only to the Lord. And that's the idea, folks, that again, we're all going through our own journeys. And how do we just honor that fact? I think it's really important. And there's a number of observations. There's two observations I want to make around that. One is, and this is an important one, that the spiritual journey is a journey that we do take alone together. And both those words, they appear paradoxical, but they're really not. We each have our own individual things, our things we wrestle with, as well as our gifts that we have. And our job is that part we do tend to do alone, right? It's something that we wrestle with individually. But then we're also doing this together with other people. And they have some of their same challenges. But there's a way in which we both get that we're wrestling with stuff and we both get that we're wrestling with challenges that we can really start to help each other. And a lot of those challenges, again, they may come under the same umbrella. Just a simple example, maybe you know someone that, like you, wrestles with anger. But how you wrestle with anger might be slightly different. That you wrestle with anger is the same. And it creates an ability to do this alone challenge, which you're the one who's got to handle it. You're the one who's got to find a way through it. But it also allows you to do it with someone else and to do it with other people who might actually be able to help you. And I love that idea because I think, folks, so much of it is this beautiful line. And boy, I just feel we can keep on reinforcing this again and again and again and again and again, which is the compass versus the map. The idea that we were given a compass, we're not given a map, and that our job with this compass is that's how we find our way forward, with a compass, with a compass, with a compass, with a compass. And if I believe that my map is the exact same as your map, we get into a lot of trouble because, I grew up in Sarver, Pennsylvania. The map of Sarver, Pennsylvania is very different from the map of Columbus, Ohio. And to somehow try to transpose the two wouldn't work at all. However, true north is true north. And that idea that we can find those guiding points, those seminal touch points, we can find those and continue to move on with those. That is really important, that those true north points remain the same. Again, the maps are the alone part. The true north is the together part. Again, so we do this journey alone and we do it together, as it says here. And he went on his journey and she went on her journey. That's what we're here to do. And that sort of puts us in the right lane, so to speak. It's easy to think that there's only one journey and we understand it, someone else doesn't, and I've got to dictate for them exactly how their journey's to go. That can be dangerous. Now, obviously, we don't want to take that too far, because clearly there are times where we can offer input, where we should offer input, because it might be helpful to someone else. I know I've been helped a lot by other people who have a perspective that I really needed to hear. And at the same time, we can't get totally caught up in that we have the answer, they don't. So I'm going to sort of prescribe to them what the best way to move forward. In the 12-step tradition, they talk about sharing your strength, your hope, and your experience, and that kind of keeps you in the right lane. It keeps things enough in your lane, allows another person enough freedom to feel like you're not being prescriptive, and it can really help you to move forward. So, folks, with the spiritual IEP, like, just know that, yeah, you got one. God's got your journey, and you've got unique challenges to it. You've got unique gifts that you bring to bear to it, and just get that God understands that. And maybe the biggest lesson is to remember that other people have the same thing going on. And I know for me, again, that's brought a great deal of comfort a lot of the time, where it's just like, oh yeah, I know this is really hard. I know God's got their journey too. And that doesn't make me better than them or worse than them or anything. It just means God's got their journey too. And I just have to really, really trust that and find peace in that moment. So I hope that makes sense, folks. And I hope you have a week where maybe you can experience that little spiritual IEP, as well as just, rest in the trust that other people have it as well. So what we're going to do now, for those who join us the first time, is what we do is we take a little breath and we shift gears here. And the shifting gears is to try to find just a little moment of stillness as we end this week and begin looking at a weekend. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to just listen to a prayer bell, or take a breath. We're going to listen to a prayer bell. You just listen to the prayer bell until it ends. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little meditation, a little prayer, a little blessing, and then we'll close saying hi to folks on social media. So, friends, let's get started. So please join me. So take a little breath. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and be still. Be. Our Father in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, let's give a hello to anyone who might be joining us here on social media. It's here. All right. Kim, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Eric writes, sometimes my lane is obvious and sometimes obscure. And for a man who drives for a living, that is really well said. It is, and it's really hard to know. Like I love the 12-step and the 12-step tradition. They said our job is to keep our side of the street clean and clear, and it's really hard. I don't know where those answers are all the time. So thank you. That brings a little smile. Linda obviously agrees with you there as well. And good morning to you, Linda. So well put, my friend. Well put. So let's hop on over here and say a little cheery hello over on the New Church Live page. Just give me a second here. See what folks have to say over here. All right, number other comments over here as well. Marcus, good morning to you, and I hope you're having a wonderful vacation, buddy. Gene, good morning. Have a great weekend. Same to you. Sherry writes, great message, Chuck. Thank you. Well, you are more than welcome. It's a journey, right? And I think we all know, like, especially those of us with kids, not everyone has kids, but if you do, boy, it's really hard to God has their journey. God has their journey. God has their journey. It's not their journey is not mine, as the poet Kahlil Gibran famously said. All right, dear friends. Well, God bless. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you again on Tuesday. Bye-bye.